If I wake up and decide what I want to rap, I'm better than all of you. Audience here, they buy data. Kuona tichirwa.
Okay.
My 6 malebo. They come from those things. You know what my ogara mango chila is. I remember taitora magondo futi pakarwa. Tansina budget 6 malebo.
Okay.
I don't know what you found.
You'll be amazed some of the questions that I'll be asking.
Kapun. Yeah, he's popular, but let's talk about success. It's not the same thing, bro.
Alright, I get it, yeah.
But guys, like I want to ask this live one. Success Brazilians are claiming Springboks more than South Africans. Yeah. What do you think?
They're African.
No. Zambians doing the same thing.
Yeah, all African.
It's my international orphans. International orphans.
Guys.
So tunaenda kwa tinenge tidangoenda pangwayo. We claim whatever one claim.
Actually, kuna more than a million Zimbabweans in South Africa. So we qualify to call ourselves South Africans.
Around kana pakanzi, you know the the World Cup. So many Zimbabweans were supporting, you know England. Because no one gara.
But
it's strong jump Robert.
but this is a tina zvedu guys. It's Tonyana zvakawanda kupura zvakawanda ndo zvakatowanda mazuva. Because tiri kuita tine kama identity crisis like. What is it?
Tinako.
It's not like
someone will tell him, "Hey, I'm going to traffic jam in Europe town." I'm like, "Yeah, World Cup, yeah." But we were not even participating, guys. We were not.
But yeah, at the end of the day, Africa is one.
Yes, Nigeria is okay.
Nigeria is very okay.
But all other parts of Africa seem to have an identity.
But you already one
in their oneness.
In their oneness.
You already 1 year.
So if you think about it, we are laughing. Segregating. Not segregation.
That's a very polite way. Not ambiguous.
Yeah.
Not ambiguous.
I think the Chadena ready to absorb my culture still.
Did you see
I don't
this?
know what is it a good thing.
I saw this interview where I don't know this DJ way from Nigeria.
Yeah.
Or from South Africa, I'm not really sure. I would like to really thank the Zimbabweans, especially in the UK, for pushing Nigerian music, guys. Like from dancing around whatever. Because from the DJs playing specifically Zimbabwe.
Yes.
Because in the and got about 4 friends you push a mass in there.
I think
that potential chai kusimunza maZimbabwean artists tonight, but atina loyalty to our
which is what I was saying. The only way this can actually work is bakuti tiro strategy yakarwa neNiger. Yekuti timbo shut down them for the next coming 5 to 10 years. Tokatati munhu wese consume local. From grassroots to the highest.
Na Professor Jonathan.
Aye, but manje yanga ine other agendas behind. Why is it? Saka yanga is entertainment based.
But you can't force Moon with us a music.
No, we are saying it's a regulating bicha.
Or regulating.
Radio, TV, etc.
But that's too exciting. And not 70% local. Is it 70%?
But it's not enough.
Maybe yeah 100% and it.
Don't tell me the packs.
100% local content. Ndosamchiziva kana Leonard Mapfumo nana Maski.
But amna Mapfumo atanga kushanda kudhara.
Bakuna na Star FM wanotomboti like that July thing yekuti it's strictly local music.
The July chete.
Because if Nigeria could do it,
they also want to sell
Nigeria yaka force feed them vanhu from Nigerian movies to Nigerian music.
Nigerian music.
zveforce zvezvo mudhara because kuno kuti aiwana from the poorest quality mudhara nigerian movie yekuti unoona munhu achidriver 15 minutes achidriver zvemashuwa kana achichema uncut bro, which means like there was no regulatory board that was checking the quality taipiwa zvese.
Yeah.
Which is what I'm saying, kuti tafanda kuforce feeder vanhu from street theater mudhara to the finest. You get it? Up until people say, all right, this is what Zimbabwe means.
But Nigeria is in my numbers, yeah. That's the difference.
But
Nigeria
I
is
think we
numbers.
have enough numbers for us to
be that influential.
a pure Zimbabwe type of thing. Because chinoratidza kuti tine problem as Zimbabweans.
Yeah.
Is you remember that competition yambo it was to come up with a national dress of some sort. Did you see zvinhu it's Nigerian dress.
All right. Speaking of tapping in, guys, welcome to another banger, another exciting episode of While We Wait, guys. This is the only social commentary forum whereby we say, while we wait for the Grammy, guys, it's very exciting today. While we wait for the Grammy, while we wait for the BET, while we wait for this guy to reach his prime. Of course, right now it's in his prime, but then I'm affirming that. Watch the space, guys. We're saying today it's very interesting. Today it's sizzling. Today it's going crazy, guys. I go by the name of Q. I go by the name of Quentin, aka Uncle Robin, aka the Urban Militant, right here on www.zw. Going with, of course,
Father of the Truth, Black Skin Messiah.
and of course the one and the only beautiful.
Your girl's tie Ntombes Tandayo.
And guys, you guys are not ready for the person I'm about to introduce right now, guys. This is the hit maker who brought us Juicy to start with. This is the guy who came up in Uhulumed, and this guy says, Hinde Mone Hinde. Ladies and gentlemen, while we wait for all of this, guys, today we have the most critically acclaimed artist in Zimbabwe, guys. Hear it from me, don't hear from anywhere else. Chaps is in the building.
It's the intro for me.
Yeah, bro. So welcome to While We Wait, man. We're saying welcome to the platform whereby we give affirmations. We're saying while we wait for you to drop your next album, while we wait for you to drop your next single, we are saying we're waiting for a Grammy, bro.
That's the whole point, Nana. What else are we doing it for?
Hey. Anyway, how you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I feel great, man. Thank
Oh,
you
yeah.
so much for having me.
No.
For
sure.
Thank
you for coming through to the platform, man. Thank you for coming through. Yeah, so just in a brief, outside of what I've just said, for someone who's seeing you for the first time today, and they say, this guy I know from somewhere, how best do you sum up Chaps and say, Uti, how best?
Okay, so Chaps is a musician, based here in Zimbabwe, grew up here in Zimbabwe, came from Ugari, when I'm just here, so yeah, that's basically Chaps, and I don't really like to put myself in a box of just what type of music I do, but it's somewhere around R&B, hip hop, and yeah, that's basically it. And most people know me as the Heartbreak Kid.
HBA.
Cannot go trip up, which is still fine.
Okay.
Wait, so I think there's a little transition between the Heartbreak Kid, right? And then Go Trip Up. Take me through that transition, because there's a time whereby like you were literally, you still do it, whereby you are consistently dropping heartbreak songs in that. So how do we move from Heartbreak Kid to Go Trip Up? Is there a difference between the two characters?
I don't think there's a difference, but I think it's a matter of time and place, I suppose. I don't just make music. No, this is like what I said, I don't want to put myself in a box. This is strictly what I do. I do, yeah, and of course you find yourself, and I found myself through the Heartbreak. I enjoy making those that sound more than anything. But then there's a time when you feel like, I need to talk about something else. I need to talk about me. I need to express these rappers should know about A, B, C, D.
Okay.
So it's not really a transition, but it's a moment. It's a time. I can just do it anytime. Still within Chaps, it will always be Chaps, even if I choose to go trip up.
Okay. So I think.
What's up, good people? It's your girls Ty and Dombes Tandayo, all the way from Matopos. This is While We Wait, guys. Tune in with us every Wednesday and follow us on all our social media platforms, on Instagram at www.zw and on YouTube as well. Kindly like, subscribe, share every video that we post, you guys, and continue to support us.
From a perspective of someone who really wants to know Chaps, take me from Rugare, bro. How do you really make up your mind and say, right, I think this is the path that I want to take. Now I actually want to be a singer and I will be a singer. When was this? When was this and how does it happen?
Truth be told, guys. It's really easy. Because I remember like first time I got to download recorder. Ndaiudza mufano. Swanza. Tripa maraini. Unenge shunge udongo test of voice because everyone is doing it. I'm going to test it out of consent. But personally something which I've known this is what I really want to do. And how I knew exactly or when Pankazonyasoti, I believe this is what I want to do. I can't really say but it was around I think my form 4 or like going into A level, I'm not really sure. But then it's something I don't care with study, but I actually feel at peace doing this. Plus, and then one I cheat and you tell yourself, I think I can do the same thing or even better.
Okay.
So it was like that. And then I started going to the studio, and I started actually my that I thought was my graffiti, I was for this. And don't know my one about it says what I was like coming from Rugari, it's not easy to do all those things. So not fun like you have to be mentally strong for sure for you to understand that vision.
Sacrifice.
So many sacrifices. But I don't push it. It's Grammy no vision.
Amen.
So yeah, that's it.
Saka ini njalo kufunza okay Heartbreak mangani
Dara, that launched a career.
Imagine.
And then so according to the research that I was doing, there's a time by Usatwatanga before you got fully into music, when Boshanda kukwezi.
Oh yeah.
Thanks, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes. So then what I'm trying to understand is if ever this music thing didn't work out for you, what else did you have in mind? What career did you want to do? If you didn't do music, what would you be doing?
Honestly, I did, and I don't even think Nasna plan B.
Okay.
There was zero plan B, to be honest. When I went Pangandri pa Kwesega, Kwesega install my dish. So I even have photos of those. A friend of mine is.
Oh.
Are they
on the internet?
They are not on the internet.
Because we could put them in slides.
I made a money. Jama Burisa,
Before and after.
Yeah, before and after. But anyway, Nandripa Kwesandi, Tagarwa Masin Chichibo. But I didn't Anambugare, I think I did Kwesa for like 4 months. Was going to Badari balances. And then I left. My first official craft and I make a sense was Pangatango Shandamu restaurant.
You went in a restaurant?
Yeah.
My big or myself?
That big. ndakatanga nditori general kachingoita ese size and then you start figuring out as you go. Chaitomboita chairwa mapizza so ndakangotanga ndingori general chakaterewa nditoita general hand ndandena chidoneta woita izvo ndandasvika ndobva ndatonzi ball by graft chi started working. It was on a Sunday. I started working.
I remember the day.
Not that day. I started working on Monday, and then Monday, Tuesday, we said, so Friday, the owner of that item, I used to wear, and I got to say, like, the new person should come and save, for him to see with his are you really good at your job? So I went, I messed up that.
Day one.
Wow, 1 week. First week.
Yeah.
So this was the last day. In during a trial day. Of which in another yanga Sunday, the other Sunday actually. Saturday in another beta in my table and Zara and both Saturday was busy. And I my table and Zara and I don't like you cheap and got to pour my steeper boys. And then Sunday, I think I was nervous. I didn't know I messed up everything. And then the guy took me to my shoelaces and say, okay, I was Indian. Took me, so I don't know, you messed up, I should be firing you right now, but then I like you. So what I'm going to do, I'm opening up a pizza item. I'm going to Belvedere. So you can see, I want you to come through as a general hand. You can just help out. And then I went there and I was working as hard as I could. I'm going to say, so I'm going to have my camera. You're going to see, Kuda. Hardworking, this guy. She graft him there, right? And then I worked there and from there, and then that was it.
Okay. So me following your story, right? Then there's a part whereby an accident happens. I think it's in between Kwese and your next job, right?
Yeah, it's in between.
It's in between,
right?
Yeah. So take me through this accident and how does it contribute to Chaps?
Okay. So when the accident happened, and then it was one of those days which in the quit. Because it was just like going to work, but then it wasn't really giving.
I got rape up for quit.
So I ended up that one to fix item, and then I finished late. So on my way back, was the moon actually offered to give me a ride back home.
Yeah.
But then I felt like no go show me a client. I said, the one I came was so I get saw that on Nerugari, bad. So if you're driving, you know, tendere. But if you're walking, no pass no cut. I said. So now with Amaz, it's not necessary to tendere. I can just go come good. So going back home, they took everything I had, and then they stabbed me. I didn't even realize that I was stabbed until Namrod. That's when I saw like T-shirt and I was running. People were flashing me, but no one could stop. I think when I took quite over, they didn't understand what was going on. So I had to rush home. Mom's in the Abuda, she took me to the hospital. And then after that, I remember like getting out of the hospital, coming out. That's when I wrote a song of mine, Went on to that. Because when I was in there, a lot was going on. I stayed there for like 4 or 5 days. Yeah. So it wasn't like really deep, so that's why I stayed for a short time. But then a lot was just happening in my head, just realizing that I could have easily gone like that. So that's when it started registering. Instead of just trying to fit in, how about I just execute what I really love, which is music. And then I went that song was bad thing. So it was a really emotional time for me. Turned around, made an album, and yeah, Panika Stonga was like going to work somewhere else. It was because now I knew what I wanted to do, but then obviously no one is funding that. You need to make sure that you're there. So I was there switching jobs, trying to figure it out until I got to a point. I know I'm all in. If I fail, I fail. If I win, I win.
If we die, we die.
If I die. Was like registering also, but in the Rambo I could have easily gone. It will tell you a lot.
For sure.
Life is very short.
Yeah, life is short.
Yeah.
So safely we can say that was the beginning of the inception. You could write, this is what I was meant to do, and I'm gonna do it. Damn.
Just I would rather, for me, Chinjanga Mundipa, like the most courage was just knowing that I wanna die happy. I wanna die like in that fulfill or whatever I thought I was meant for, or whatever I think that I'm meant for. So, Nanasi, I think those ones are not going to push it. Just knowing that I'm doing the best I can, I'm doing what I love. So, when I say it's secondary.
Guys, you are hearing it here for the first time, guys. It's really interesting how people come to really own their purpose. And this is why we wait, guys. We're saying stick with us, catch us after the break. It's really going down. Proudly brought to you by JCMC and Eyes of 263 on the Fix. Shout out.
The Zimbabwe Chinese Enterprises Job Fair is the ultimate platform for job seekers like you to meet face-to-face with potential employers. Whether you're a fresh graduate or an experienced professional, there are opportunities for everyone. Come and showcase your skills, qualifications, and experience directly to hiring managers from leading companies, whether you're into finance, technology, healthcare, or any other field. The second edition of the Zimbabwe Chinese Enterprises Job Fair, to be held on the 3rd and 4th of November in the Nelson Mandela Memorial Hall at the Agricultural Showgrounds, Harare. The Zimbabwe Chinese Enterprises Job Fair 2023, bridging Zimbabwean talent with Chinese company opportunities.
Three, two, one. Hey, what's going on, beautiful people? This is the voice of the one and only Chaps. Tune in to While We Wait, new episodes every Wednesday. Go trip up and wear that out. Don't miss that item. Napeds.
Welcome back from the break, you guys. Again, it's your girl Star, and we are still here Lana while we wait. In location ipine khona la.
Sila.
So today, again, we have a very special guest, guys. This guy is phenomenal. I do not know my heartbreak, what it, but we relate. Even if you don't have a heartbreak, guys, if you listen to the song sometimes, hey. Yeah. So, since we're back now, Minaben Lombuzo, I just had a question relating to family. So, just a couple of months ago, you did post a beautiful baby.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. Yeah, so I think the question I have could probably be the question that is in a lot of people's minds. If you agree with me, please come to the comments as well and say.
Comment below.
Now, who's that baby mama? Guy, where is she? Why haven't we seen her? Or because panambo verenga my comments pa IG when you posted the picture. Panaka told her, has something about you being a private man. And avuma sure because takangoona mwana akanaka. Zvimwe zvese zvapanaka kana did not even a tip or so yeah.
I think you really want to give the people who are your fans like my details that I wonder about yourself. But I really feel like it might not be the right time for me to like give out all of those. But right now, here and there, I even post. At some point, I posted my baby, my wife, and me. Yeah, I do post sometimes, but my machine also deleted. Okay.
Saka, yeah,
Nokuthi
vakaposta-
nyemudza,
Iri pa
mumbozviratidza
So
Instagram,
you,
iri pashi.
some people know. Some people know. I've posted a couple of times. Some people have seen her, and most people haven't. But I think for now, I just prefer to be like that. I want you guys to pay attention to the music
Okay.
more in April. Oh, in Tombesas.
No, baby, I know the April.
Yeah.
That's a cute name.
So before you answer your question, I know you have a really hard question. So before we get to that, my question is kind of like picking up from her of saying, so since, which is why I'm seeing the bit of the transition from Heartbreak Kid, and then now the Heartbreak Kid is now in a healthy relationship.
So where did you find the
He's now in a
transition?
healthy
No, because the basic conception when you look at your music, anybody and anyone would just think this guy was probably driven by heartbreak. That passion
from your
the,
music
yay,
videos, bro, to
I
the
mean,
lyrical content.
You know, there to Juicy made so much
The
sense.
stuff
And you
is,
pulled us through
raw
per lockdown,
heartbreak,
by the
man.
way. You know, listening to that song, you could tell from the emotion that was coming through the melody. Kuti,
Unless you're a good actor, because you convinced me, heartbreak. I don't remember heartbreak. Shit.
relate,
man,
usina kumboita go through maybe at that particular
but-
time, imagine.
But like, especially after me getting stabbed and realizing I want to do music, I feel like I have so much to give. There's this Chaps story, there's a Kuda Kwashi Chapepa story that most people don't know. And my mission right now is to give you all of it out. So, the opportunity, like, in the entering phase is kind of a heartbreak, which probably I'm still
Going through. Okay.
phase yo ndeyekuti whatever the phase yandendiri, for now it's that heartbreak thing. I'm just taking out all the frustration, even frustration isine ine heartbreak, right? Like that life frustration, putting it into the record. Right?
Right. That feel art up.
So
I feel
the filler art. So you take all that frustration, you put it in that song, and you feel at peace. Even White Heartbreak song, you actually feel at peace. When you don't go release some of the things that you were going through. Yeah. So that's been the phase so far. And then like even Panoson's paper and go trip up.
Yeah.
You guys might see the surface of that line, but the deeper part of it is I'm listening to Japeza talking about Nagasarudzko. And you can relate because I didn't just come from nowhere. I didn't say until now by anyone you guys should start listening to my songs.
Yeah.
I chose to do what I love, and people paid attention. So that's the deeper part of that line. I would wake up one day and just say, you know what, my first line for this verse is that because it means a lot to me. And everything else that comes after is stuff. So yeah, I don't know. Was I still answering the question?
Yeah, you did answer.
Yeah, you did.
I mean, I was not so articulate. Yeah.
Saka,
We were talking before, and I asked you to write an international collab on, you said Fireboy, right?
Fireboy, yeah.
Yeah. In particular, why Fireboy?
Why Fireboy? I started listening to Fireboy when I was like at my lowest point, and then he was coming up. So my producer introduced me to Fireboy's music. Papanga, but it's like his first breakout single. So I went and started digging around to find out where did he come from and stuff. And then he has like almost a similar struggling story. He came from nothing. I got to Papa Den, Chichi, and the parents. People didn't really believe in what he was doing, so he had to leave home, go to another state, city, start pursuing what he was pursuing. And he was discovered by Olamide when he did like a live item on TV. Olamide was like, this kid is talented. Took him in, started doing music now, and now he's Fireboy. So that story is I've been following from the beginning. So it makes sense for me to only do a song with that person if I'm to get a platform, of course.
No, so I get the sentiment of it. So if Fireboy by chance,
Fireboy, if you're
Yes,
listening,
please,
my name is
Fireboy.
K.
Guys, run it out Fireboy in the comments, guys. Run it
I
out
wanna
Fireboy in the
collab.
comments.
secondly, I see you have a tattoo here. What does that say? What's the meaning of that?
Okay, this one says fate, it says destiny, it says the will of God.
Okay.
And I'm smart. What?
No, mera nyatso pinda deep. This item in Arabic is maktub.
Okay.
Maktub. I don't know like the correct pronunciation, but it's maktub or maktab, but it's maktub. I'm sure it's maktub.
All right.
It's M-A-K-T-U-B.
Okay.
So I don't know. Oh, this is the Arabic translation of it. This came from one of my favorite books. Obviously, I love my Bible
Right.
first, and then there are so many books that I love afterwards. I'm a reader.
Okay.
So it's called The Alchemist.
Oh, the alchemist.
Okay.
Hey,
So yeah, I came from The Alchemist. That book, I was reading it. Like when all of my, so most of my siblings left, started doing their lives and what, and then I was the only one stuck at home. And you are getting old, so this was the book that I used to read for me to continuously have that purpose in my head. So that was the book, and I just thought it's a very good idea for me to get a tattoo. So whenever I look at this one, it's a reminder of what I'm trying to do.
It's deep. It's deep.
No, you should read the book, The Alchemist.
I know
It's a
the
very-
book is
it's a
dope.
very
I
good-
believe. The book.
Now getting into your creative process, I want to understand kuti paunopinda mu studio, what's your creative process like? Like how have most of your hits came up? Of course, most of it will be premeditated, but paunopinda, people have different rituals. But with the lights off, certain type of herbs before Nzandatanga. Like, how do you get into the zone? Yeah, K-Chaps. When you separate yourself from Kuda and then you become K-Chaps, like what's your creative process? Like how do you make your music?
Okay, like what you said, sometimes it's premeditated.
Yeah.
For me, most of the items are premeditated. So I can be driving, or I can be walking, I can be just be panaba, and I get an idea and I start developing that idea. So when I get into the studio, I already have a picture of where we're trying to get to. But most times, Futi, I work with Futronic. He's my producer. So first one, with Futronic, what I do is like what I did with the last album, the interim studio, market, booth. That's my space. No gonna be no garam booth for even the entire day. I might not even record, but I'm just there, sitting, maybe scrolling or whatever I'm doing. Just that atmosphere and seeing like different artists come in, go, and you're just thinking, that's my process usually. So just being in that space until I figure out what's to be done. Yeah.
So where I was going with this is how do we separate the Heartbreak Kid to, I think that's one of my most favorite songs, Mdara, because in Indrimu Rake Anofarra label. It's like, how do we get to that song? Because that song is kind of like separated from the rest of your catalog. Specifically.
Six My Label.
Six My Label, yeah. Because that's a turn out. That's a turn out.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
I developed that habit of garam butma fruits. Pangandri kurukari. Gara nchingoti ndabva padenga. Sezvanga zvekuti unengori I'm the only one left at home, and this is what I'm pursuing.
Sure.
So for me, for it to make sense, I had to be away from home as often as I could. So I go to the studio, don't want to go to booth. kunogara somewhere panenda
Saka
kangogara
ku-office kwako.
ku-office nokonogara without doing anything. I'm just there, just being there. I said.
The National Arts Merit Awards presents the 4th annual Nama Golf Day. This year, the competition will take place at the Bulawayo Golf Club in the City of Kings, Kwantutu Ziatunga. Green fees are $40 per person on an individual stableford format. Any golfers who are practicing artists will play for free. There are opportunities for your company to sponsor and get valuable brand visibility. Contact Michelle on 0776 330 513 for more information. The Nama Golf Day, where art meets sports and business. #Kwantutu.
Saka songs anenge ma 6 malebo they come from those things. Yongoti mangogara mangochila ise. I remember taitora magondo futi pakarwasi. Tansina ka budget 6 malebo. Okay. But just that idea. Yongoti tawo shoes not the boys. Fascinating dance or no good. So ndo my creative space actually. And then from like the Heartbreak items, most of them are premeditated.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I just take them from my experiences, not gonna mess up. And then music is just meant to be a vibe, like it's
That's true.
So yeah.
And then speaking of this whole creativeness and whatnot, Pane, this interesting collabo that you had with the love lawyer, Gweta, Nyasha David and Volt. How did you guys work around to like come up with that whole concept and whatnot?
The antidote.
Because hey,
I have a fair share of dope experiences with the antidote.
right?
Yeah.
You know, I'll give all the credit to Nyasha for that one.
Nyasha.
Shout out to David.
Nyasha, right.
Yeah.
I'll give Nyasha credit because Nyasha is one of those artists who is, I know he's just free.
Okay.
He's a person where it's not like he doesn't overthink stuff. He's not too hard on no guys or those guys or whatever. He's just a cool person. So he made the song, you know, like I think song in Doye Duchecha, and I went, we recorded, and he was saying, I'm thinking to put votes. I think that's a very dope idea. Let's do that. Let's put votes. And yeah, he spoke to Votes. I remember I spoke to Votes first. And then I told Votes akati bo. And yeah, after that, I think Nyasha spoke to him and then and then they did this. Votes akasesa first like. And then from that time, Takaso shoot a video.
And the visuals were clean, Ken.
They were
The
clean.
visuals were clean.
But I respect that space because it brought us together.
Yeah.
And that's when we started developing that friendship. It's you guys spending a day together.
Yes.
Of course, we're working and shooting, but it's more of just having fun. 3 people, more than 3 people, but you know, we are connecting to Ubonda. And Nyasha also came with that idea of us starting to do shows.
And you guys started touring.
And so we are working on that and we are still doing it. Obviously, we want it to be bigger than it is right now.
Exactly. Yeah.
But what's most interesting about this whole thing is just the friendship part. Just 3 artists being friends. It's nice.
And you guys, last time I checked, you guys did Marondera. You guys did in Harare. You did a couple of several shows because there's the other one, Antidote, Emagumeni Antidote. Yeah, I was kind of like following those, and you also did Gweru, right?
Yeah, no, Gweru Itakazita. Yeah, but that was like 2 members of Antidote.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, still the same thing.
So are you guys really planning on taking it beyond, like going down south, going to places like Baitbridge, going to places like Wange? You know, there are so many people actually looking forward to your craft. Like you guys have fans nationwide, Sata Budikira to the other side of the borders. So are you guys planning of taking the Antidote to go and cure other places? Also?
Other places.
Yeah.
that is the plan in that.
For sure.
That is definitely the plan because, like what I was saying, it's 3 people uniting. It's bigger than just making music or just doing shows. It's a movement. Right? These are 3 new artists. and we've seen like bigger artists doing it. So they collaborate and then they start doing my shows and cheetah. So for us, it's more of that. Chiripana, we obviously want to talk about this 20 years after.
True.
Or whatever time I think it ashika cheetah mama sina, because that's the whole plan, that's the whole idea. These guys started up. And now they've pushed this movement to this. But this one actually, this new breed, my artists, if we don't do those things, we collaborate and we take the music somewhere, we push that hip hop. If you was talking about there's R&B this year, but the bigger picture ahead, the bigger picture around is just hip hop.
Yeah.
Just a 2 and 3-way hip hop,
Yeah.
and we want to push that culture forward. So that's the best we can do.
I like the word you used, a movement. I think it's long overdue in Zimbabwean circles. Be it if it transcends outside the music industry. I think with the collaborative effort nekupusha message yekuva united is something very important to Zimbabwe.
Especially amongst artists.
I think this thing chema beef chirimu American music industry is filtered into my countries, even Zimbabwe. Like pane mamwe ma artists anoitwa bet off each other.
Yes.
That's what we've been waiting.
No, but the truth of the matter is you can never run away from a beef.
Yeah.
Right? As long as they are done from a friendship and a pushing the culture forward point of view. Because we are entertainers at the end of the day. And we have an audience. Audience here, they buy data. Kuona chirwa.
Okay.
So sometimes, sometimes they just want to listen to music and stuff. But in my controversy, actually, it's necessary because it's entertaining the people. But it doesn't have to be just with the tasha, no. But when it's done, and when it's done in a healthy, because this is a competitive sport.
True. Yeah.
So when it's done in a healthy way, you go to let's just entertain these people and push the culture forward.
So, Manam Sango. Yes, all right. So
no, that one is different. That one is.
I think I caught up a bit late into it. How did we get here?
Like, you know.
Like, for those who do not know, guys, like if you check on Ihulumende, listen to it properly. Listen to the verse. For me, it's a legendary verse, guys. It's a very legendary verse. If you listen to the vocal structure in that specific verse, you will get to understand what I'm talking about. But how do we get to say R.Peels? Like, how did we get here? Take me through it.
We got here about a year ago.
Okay.
A year plus ago. But I'm one of those people I've never wanted to beef with people.
Right.
I've never thought it was anybody in any way.
But
then what happened? Let me tell you like the background story of that whole thing. What happened was in R.Peels we did a song that was on my album, Nonzivanga. So that song came out, my album Chi. So I actually asked R.Peels to do a verse because I respected the guy. So for that.
Respected.
So I was like, bro. He put a verse on my song, and then after that, Juicy happened, and then after Juicy, he was working on his album. Ambati, he wants me on that shit, on a project, on a song. And then he sent me a beat, and got in a verse. It was a Heartbreak song. I put a chorus on the song. And then afterwards, I was like, I'm not really feeling this item. But I sent it to him still. So now I'm saying that he was, I didn't like the item. But then personally, I was like, no. I think I can do better. So I started asking him, can you send me something else so that we can try and do Sumuzun? And then he was like, no, Chi, I like this one. In matter of fact, I'm actually putting out the demo. I said, I don't know how you guys sing, but if you put out the demo, since I told you I don't like the song, I'll take it down. So that's where that rift came from. And then, months after, the guy starts trolling me by internet. Was trolling me on Twitter, I was silent. He was trolling me for a very long time. Saying whatever he wants to say. Saying stuff, I'm silent, I don't respond, I don't do anything. But then, I'm a hip hop head. I'm hip hop. You might hear that with music.
Yeah.
But I actually rap. I started rapping before this singing stuff.
That's when I hip hop.
Yes.
So at a platform in Nenge where there's a lot of people, or there's a lot of people who claim to be rappers. At a platform like that, I have to come out and show you good Zonizo. Yeah, you guys are actually doing it, it's fine. It's okay. But then if I wake up and decide what I want to rap, I'm better than all of you. Guys, so that's the whole one. So me calling out that person was, that verse alone was a statement, the entire verse. And I had to address each and every issue that was going on in terms of hip hop.
Oof. You heard it first, guys. This is the exclusive on While We Wait. We are saying we are bringing you the juice of the juiciest. As guys, everything, put it in the comments below, guys. Put it in the comments below. If you have questions for Chaps, guys, put them below, run them down. And then, so almost concluding this, I'm still here to do a trivia. Like I want to do random questions. I just want to figure out. I just want to pick your brain. But then Satapinda Ipapo, what's your like, you have a very broad audience, right? Yeah. But then I would like to believe, so I want to check if you agree with me. Most of your audience, my baby, right? And then when you are bringing the aspect, this is where
statistics is actually male.
Oh, for real?
Wow.
They don't just say.
I thought it was.
Oh, okay.
Which is fine.
And then my baby do knows wait, I'm sing along and everywhere and the screaming. Yeah. Yeah, so then also how do you handle that, you being a public figure and then you going through town and moon over selfie, Chaps. How do you handle fame and
I know that. But it's taking that. It's one of those feelings which you love it, but sometimes it gets too overwhelming.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I signed up for this. I love it. So when people ask me for photos, sign but paning me ukuthi zonizo waphinda mshopho. Lolotingo kana lotion.
And then selfie mdara.
And then guys, actually vet mood to pane zvichiitika guys. Yeah, you have to operate. Yeah. To separate the Kudakashi and Chaps. Chaps is always friendly.
Sure.
Chaps is always the people's person.
Right.
I signed up for that. And then Kudakashi on the other end, sometimes I have to hide what Kudakashi is going on. Yeah. He's going through. For me to just make sure this Chaps brand is correct. So yeah, I love it. But in general, I really love it because it just reminds you and tells you. Like, I think it was Jeffrey who was saying it. If these people stop doing this, you start questioning yourself. So they have to keep on coming through so that it's a reminder to not see. I'm still doing something right.
It's still relevant.
Hey.
Saka unotombozvita here izvi paunenge uri mumudi uhaidha upfeka hoodie nemask.
Kana uri just hide. Just hide. Do you if you choose to be out there, you never expect people to come through. I don't think there's anything bad from punishing yourself.
Yeah. So this is about to be, and officially, bro, you are our first guest on this platform. Do you understand the level, guys? If we are starting at these levels of stars, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I believe like this is part of I think this is just a quarter of the conversation we are still yet to have, which means we are still yet to come back for a part 2. Yeah. When you have that Nama, when you have that Grammy, and yeah, we're putting this as an affirmation, man. So yeah, so as part of the tradition that we are cultivating on While We Wait, man, we're saying we want people to know you as, we want people to understand the Kuda side and want people to understand the K-Chap side. So I'll do just 5 random questions and then you give me what comes into your head and then, cool. Right, so we start. I want to start with the hardest. Yeah. No, it's not really the hardest. So, give me your top 5 Zim artists.
Top 5 Zim artists?
Yeah, top of your head.
Chaps.
Hey.
Chaps, Winky D.
Hey.
Killer T.
Hey. Tough one. Tough one.
Ferdinand.
Ooh. Hey, you have to balance the gender.
That order. Yeah, in any order.
Okay. Right, so which would have been your dream collabo with a Zim artist, dead or alive?
Is she?
Your wish, the person that you would have wished to collaborate with, dead or alive, Zimbabwean artist. Yeah.
Obviously,
Oliver. Oh, yeah, R.I.P. Oliver Mtukudzi, R.I.P. And then describe K-Chaps in 3 words.
Awkward. Passionate.
Okay. The last one is always tough.
Right. Let's just say loving.
Oh, ndosaka muchita heartbreak in that. Okay, cool. So moving on. Favorite sport of all time? Football. Favorite movie of all time?
Favorite movie of all time? Whiplash.
That movie is resilience. Yeah. That movie is purpose. Yeah. Okay. Wow.
I'm not
And then the last question. Kanas Chinzi, my April Vabika, what's your favorite food? You're 100% local, my brother. Hey, you guys heard it first, guys. This was another banger, sizzling episode of While We Wait, guys. The only social commentary forum whereby we say, while we wait for his Grammy, while we wait for his Nama, while we wait for the biggest break that he's still yet to give us, guys, because this is just the beginning of K-Chaps. We just moved from Heartbreak Kid to Goat Rape Up. Do you understand the gravity that comes with this? Anyways, guys, we've been here, we've been chilling. It's been a great conversation. And as always, I've been with
the Black Skin Messiah.
And as usual,
your girl's tied on this tanda, yo.
and also PPP, and I've been the UrbanMilitant, guys. It's been awesome, it's been crazy. Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms. Make sure you put all the comments right below and tell us what you think and tell us who you want us to have next. For now, you know it's your boy UrbanMilitant, aka Uncle Robin, and we're out here saying, tune into While We Wait. Why haven't you tuned in? Why? We're dropping every episode every Wednesday, guys. So tune in, Bugelani, come one, come all, come check it out. Go on our social media platforms on www.zwpodcast, and we're out here telling you that. Go tell your friends to tell your friends that the podcast is here. Let's do it. Tune in.